Well, first time was in Indianapolis when the dealer received my car to change out a speaker because it was rattling, and I told him I'll come back like in a few days. I had to go for a business trip, but I didn't leave like right away. And they called me 3 hours later, said, "Hey, your car is ready." I was like, "Cool." Hopped in Uber, came over there. I was like, sitting up front, but it's not washed or anything. I was like, that's weird because BMW always washes the car. So when I came in, they were like kind of surprised. I was like, okay, give me the keys and I'm out. So I walked to the car, turned it on, and I took a picture before I dropped it off. So I compared miles. I was like, where did they go for 10 miles, And then I started driving. I drove like 0.5 miles, and all of the tire pressure monitor lights came on. I was like, holy shit. Every tire was low. And right away, right next to the pressure, there was a temperature.
I'm sure the tires.
So it was 40 degrees outside. So the front tires were about 40 degrees. The rear ones, 80. I was like, man, I know the only time that happens when you're doing burnouts.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, so I had a parking pass and that iPass receiver for like toll roads, and like sitting in the middle console. So I was like, okay, where are they? Then I look around and they're like behind the back seat, like not back seat, but behind the driver's seat. I was like, man, I know exactly what he did. Turned around, came back in. I went off at everybody, and they're like, oh, we didn't do it. So they got me to talk to a technician, and he said he took the car to get it washed.
wasn't washed.
How come it wasn't washed?
He took it.
He's like, I was like, in your car wash, if you did wash it, your car wash is behind the building. So that dealership is a REINBOLD, Indianapolis. It's on Keystone Avenue and 96th Street. That's the last time I ever went there, and I will never go back there. I'll drive out of town 300 miles if I have to service my car. I'll never go back there. In July, I was washing my car, and I just started washing it with like a pressure washer. Well, at one of those self-service ones.
Yeah.
So I was just spraying down the bugs and stuff, and all I see is clear coat rolling off. While I'm spraying, it's rolling off with the stream just falling to the ground. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, you got stabbed in the back, like your heart drops. You're like, holy shit, what did I do? But then I'm like reading on the forums and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they had some issues with clear coat, or the paint is just garbage. So took it to the dealer. He had to take pictures and get it approved by BMW to, get the repair started. And it was covered under paint warranty. So they took my car in, gave me a very nice 330iX drive loaner. Yeah,
which you couldn't really fit in, so that's cool.
So yeah, so I gave that back, got this X3, super nice, starting Instagram account. But yeah, so every week I come back. So when I came back to swap,
well, what was the expectation when you first started? Was it a week? Or was it 2 weeks?
So it was 2 weeks. Okay. So
and they were gonna just respray.
Take off. It was a respray.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have to strip the bumper, respray, clear coat, that.
All right.
So after the first week, when I got the 330, I was like, come on, I can't fit in this thing. So I came drop this off, and I asked them, I was like, what's the status on my car? Because they were refinishing 2 of my wheels as well. So they were saying, your car's already at the shop, it's getting worked on, you should get it back within a week.
So the dealer told you that because it was at the third party?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So then, that was on Friday. So then I go on Monday, I come into the shop, and I was like, hey, how's it going? What's the progress? And the guy is like, oh, it'll be done by Friday, later Friday afternoon. I was like, okay, so I probably won't get it on Monday. So I come again on Monday. They're like, oh, there were some issues. We can't match the paint next Friday.
Yeah. Well, it is a hard color to match.
Well, yes, it's a tri-coat, so like silver primer, and they said like green, yellow, then metal flakes, clear coat.
Yeah.
So it's a hard color to match.
It's hard, but it's not 6 weeks hard, right?
No. So then the dealer was like, you know, oh yeah, man, it's just they had some fisheye issues. I was like, what the hell is fisheye? I had to Google it. I didn't
talk about.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know what the hell that was.
So fisheye is just where it's similar to like kind of orange peel in a way, where there's like bumps and stuff, but which is wet sanding. So either I guess they would have wet sanded it, I think, or they would have had to respray. I don't know.
What they said was it was that bad that they had to strip it down again and paint it. Then they had, what did I say they had? They had some other issues. Leaks. Yep. Apparently, this is where it got funny. So they kept talking about leaks. So I was like, what do you mean leaks? They said there was too much paint, so it's like the leaks are showing, there's like streaks of it. So I didn't understand really what they were talking about until I went to the shop, what was it, this week actually. Was it this week? Yeah, it was. It was on Monday. No, it was on Monday.
Yeah.
Came to the shop, I talked to the shop owner, and he took me to the back, and he's like, okay, so did they tell you that your bumper was resprayed already? I was like, I bought it brand new. How can it be resprayed? He's like, yeah, your car was already resprayed once. That's where we're having like tough time because he said there's usually around 6 coats in specialty colors. This one had like 8 layers of paint. And every corner was oversprayed, so there's like a lot of paint built up, and it just leaked over, and it's like super hard for them to strip it all. And that's where they had an issue of paint bonding to the paint that's underneath because they can't strip it all, I guess. So yeah, the dealer said they didn't know about it and all that stuff. And I wrote a letter to BMW telling about all the issues, like the dealership with burnouts.
Yeah.
Then this issue, and not getting my wheels redone. We have a guy in our crew who's already missing paint, like pieces of paint of his front bumper. Joel.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, dude, I saw his car. It was like a piece of paint missing as big as a thumb. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with my paint, but it's like a lot of spots too. 2015.
It's the same situation.
Well, mine clear coat came off. His paint is missing. It's just falling off.
Flaked, the whole actual color flaked off.
Yeah, so it's like black.
Well, they could have just resprayed it super shitty, right?
I don't know. Do you see something wrong? That's the one that wasn't replaced. That's the one that's replaced. It's fucking upside down. Guess what? I have a W4 now. Cool, huh? It's a sweet little badge. Basically, I bought the insurance for the wheels for 3 years. So any cosmetic damage, anything, I paid $2,500 or $2,800 for it. For 2 years, they wouldn't refinish my wheels because they just said they don't know how to match my color. So it was useless for 2 years. Now they finished it, but
yeah, you had to like bend them over backwards for
and sit down and drive around with a curb rash.
Yeah,
my fault, but pay for insurance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Besides lying to me about not having any X5s or 5 Series, and then I overhear today them saying, "Oh yeah, did that X5 loaner come in?" I'm like, I thought you didn't have any X5. So, oh right, yeah, we have some 5s and X5. I was like, oh
thanks.
I've been sitting in X3 or 3 Series. Well, what's ridiculous is that this issue would have not ever happened if the bumper wasn't resprayed. So if I actually bought what I thought I bought, a brand new car, never been damaged, I wouldn't have had to sit here for 6 weeks with a fucking loaner.
Yeah.
And now, like, because, someone cut a corner, they didn't want to get like a new bumper or do the job properly. Now I'm stuck with this situation where it's just sitting around and waiting, calling the shop every morning at 10 a.m. Hey, is my car ready? Nope. Oh, okay, you guys got another problem. 5th time they're repainting the bumper. 5 times. That's nuts. I knew that color is hard to match, but Jesus Christ.